Hey Zacatech Nation, welcome to my review of The Missing, a movie that's going to be submitted for animated consideration for the Oscars. It's coming out from the Philippines, their first animated film. And I gotta say, I've been really glad to get to check this out early and let you guys know about this hidden gem of a film that's going to be coming out soon. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why that you just should be on your way. The animation in this movie is very unique. It's split between present day and rotoscope animation. Think of the Amazon Prime show Undone, or the animated film that got Oscar nomination last year, Apollo 10.5, where they use real people and have them shoot their scenes, but then animate it in this watercolor style that brings so much life to the animation, where it feels like real people but in animated form. And I really enjoyed how they did that, but had to pass in this hand-drawn film. If you ever seen the Studio Ghibli film Cayuga, Princess Cayuga, it's kind of like that, but a little bit more free and a little bit more scratchy, and that is used on purpose. We have this lively, clear, kind of fun rotoscope for the present day, but this kind of hand-drawn feel for like the past, and it kind of feels kind of blurry, kind of edgy, like it's, you know, you're not too sure how real this is because it feels like an old school cartoon. And it's perfect for the themes that's going on in this film, where not everything in the person's memory, the main character's memory, is 100% clear. And I think that on a technical level with that, this movie is fantastic, just the way it looks, and one of the best looking animated films that we've gotten this year. I gotta say, the story for this film is touching on a bunch of different things and weaving them together in a really great way. It's a sci-fi film, it's a drama, it's a romance, and it's also a coming of age story, all wrapped in one. And not each of those parts are just there just to be there. They all play upon each other. This main character, Eric, he's clearly, as we can see in the movie starting out, he's missing his mouth. And at first I thought this was like, oh, they're just signifying that he's a mute. But as the story progresses, you find out that it's something deeper, something darker. And what happens, and where the story really like gains steam, is when his uncle passes away and he finds him in this horrific scene, and it unlocks trauma in him that we did not know before. And he starts going in his past in his head, and then while he's doing that, this alien is after him, taking part of his body parts, the missing body parts. And this mystery, it starts unraveling as he is unpacking the trauma from his past while running away from this alien in his present that he's dealt before in his past. And I think the way that they put that all together with the sci-fi aspects, but also the drama of it all, with the things that he's going on with his family, his mom, who's played by the fantastic Dalla DeLeon, I think I was saying her name properly, who was in Triangle of Sadness last year. She does such a wonderful job being such a charismatic character, just like she was in that last movie I saw her in. And we see these different characters in his life, how they're affected by the uncle's death and how it affects him so differently, and we see why he's the character he is. That combined with the romance that's here, with this character that he's, you know, met at his job, and now that's budding, and how that also ties to his trauma, and how that character is supporting him in a way that he needed to kind of push forward and face this by himself. I really thought all that elevated the movie's story, plus the beautiful animation. And the movie's themes here are not something we've never seen before, but I've never seen it tackled this way because of the sci-fi and all the different things that they decided to do here in the film. With the rotoscope, they got to do certain ways of metaphors of anxiety, how people live with disabilities, depression, and trauma and abuse, and have it played in a way that is very whimsical sometimes and very dark and serious at times as well. And it's this row and bow of kind of funny cartoon a little bit, and then it goes to these darker areas where it gets really deep into what this character Eric is going on, where you start connecting with him, where you see that he's just a really great guy, but he has all this repressed feelings that's being unlocked because of his uncle's death. And we're there going on this journey with him, and he's battling this alien, and no one understands what he's going through, and he's feeling all these things on his own, and he's trying to find a way to end it all. And I think that it was a really powerful film in the way it depicts all of that. And I touched on it just now, but the whimsical part of the film, I think that with a film like this, it could have just went really deep, really dark, and just settled in that. But the fact that we have this hand-drawn cartoony nature here. This is being a Filipino film. There's some cultural jokes and theories and things that go on in the film, and also obviously it's a coming-age story and romance, and those naturally have jokey moments to it. We get that as well, and it's some lighthearted parts, especially when you get into the third act where he's really spiraling, and this guy who is into him, it seems, and this budding romance is really trying to support him, but he's just like, this is kind of insane. It plays on all those things, but never to the point where it's like poking fun. It's just like, yeah, this situation is ridiculous, it's kind of funny, and then dives right back into the darkness that he's dealing with, and the tonal shift never feels crazy. It's just a real nice balance. And I gotta say, you know, one of my big things with films is that they don't know how to end the film. They don't know how to end the film and make it feel impactful. And I gotta say that this is one of my favorite endings to a film that I've seen all year. And I was really, really excited that I kind of knew where it was going, like halfway through the film. I just wanted to see how they get there, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can know how a film is going to end, but you just need to know like it's worth it. And I think that this movie, the journey that you go on and the way it ends and how powerful it is, there's a lot of talk about transfer of power in this film, and the way they depicted that was absolutely beautiful, and it really brought me to tears by the time the movie ended. I didn't know I was so invested in this character's journey until those last 10 to 15 minutes, and especially that last minute of the film before the credits hit just really got me and really choked me up, because I really felt for this character and what he was going through and all the repressed trauma that he was going through, and then it just spilled all out. So yeah, I think The Missing is a hidden gem of a film that not a lot of people I see talking about. It starting to build some buzz, and I got to see it early before it gets wide release, and I want to put it on you guys' radar so you can go check it out when it does come out. I hope it does get Oscar consideration. I think that the Philippines and other foreign films definitely needs to be seen more in America. I know that when you go to the theater, you only really see our kind of films, but they really tell different stories, and different stories that can relate to them but feel universal at the same time, with the way they hit themes and don't hold back and sugarcoat things. And I really liked this film a lot, and I think it's one of the best animated films that I've seen this year. So with that said, I'm gonna give it a B. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate Missing if you saw it already? And if you've not, are you going to go check it out based on my review? I implore you. This is a film that I think is important for people to see and experience. And I think that they've did some things here that are really powerful. And I'm excited to see how people react when more people get to check out the film. Drop all those comments down below on what you think about the film, and any questions you have about it, the rotoscope style and how it affects things, the great music that's in the film as well. Or if you're from the Philippines, there's something like things I didn't catch in the film that you could drop in the comments. Let me know. Like the video, get this video popping, attack that subscribe button so you can join the Zach Attack Nation, and hit the notification bell so you can notify my reviews, reactions, live discussions, and much more. And you can catch more of my content right now.